Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Sideshow Collectibles G.I. Joe Snake Eyes with Timber. As you can see, it comes in a giant box. This is the front of the box. Then we got the right side of the box showing the figure with one of the head sculpts or portraits on, and has a nice classical explosion behind, just like the vintage G.I. Joes. Left side of the box shows the opposite portrait, the more iconic Snake Eyes look and design, and it looks great. Then we have the back of the box showing off that vintage classic Snake Eyes that came with Timber, and it does have a file card. Let's zoom in on that. Love the fact that they actually still had the file card. And then you see that you can get also Lieutenant Falcon and Zartan, and I do own Zartan, and he's fantastic. He's such a good looking figure. It's sad that Sideshow has stopped with this series. There's just so many figures I would have loved to have seen in this type of format. Like, I could just list tons. When you open up the figure, it has two separate boxes in a sense that close together, and then this has magnets in it, and on this side it does show the same cover footage. We got Timber and some accessories. We got Snake Eyes with his other portrait here, and we do have some read-up information which we will look at right now. So Snake Eyes comes with a bunch of accessories, and it wouldn't be a Sideshow collectible figure without alternate feet and hands. He comes with two-fisted, gloved hands equipped, and then he comes with some alternate hands. We do get a, looks like a trigger finger hand, and we really get that texture going on right there. A little dusty looking. Almost like a weathering that they probably added to it, which looks great. Then he gets a, like a reaching hand, still looking really good. Got that nice like leathery texture on it. It's got like a weird powder on it since it's being new. So we get those, and then we get like two gripping hands. Yeah, it's a weird powder they have on them. I guess it just keeps them fresh. Got this off eBay. Still sealed and everything though. So good amount of hands. Then we get some boots I will not use. He has flat boots equipped, but then you get these bent, I guess bent tippy toe boots, I suppose, if you want to call them that. And those things are sculpted fantastic as well. Laces look great. And one thing I really liked is the fact they made them like muddy and dirty. Like Sideshow, Hot Toys, like all those levels of figures. I mean, those things just are loaded with detail, as they should be for the cost. But I mean, I love that. Like, it's literally, if you wore these boots outside and they're walking through the dirt and stuff. The attention to detail is insane. Then he comes with 4 magazine holders. They have a little bit of wear on them. Did I say 4? Should be a 4th one? Yeah, it did. I'm like, there's 4, and I'm only showing 3. But you got 4. You got different types of wear actually on the actual boxes themselves. They're just hard plastic. So those are pretty cool. We get a little pouch. And then these have like the little plastic things so they can slide into the molly strapping. And I love that the strapping and everything works. Zipper works. But little pouch, probably put something. Yeah, this is a Velcro part of the front of the pouch. Put something in there. And that pouch, I'd say, would be most likely used for this water bottle. And this water bottle is awesome. The top does unscrew off there. I think that's little cool details. I like it. But what's even more detailed, I don't know if I can get this to focus. Come on now. If you guys can see how that, look at, yeah, you can. The detail, like the printing on that, it's awesome. 32-ounce water bottle. Now he does come with a satchel here. Bunch of Velcro on it. Got the Molly strapping on the top. Little handle. The clips. Clips are fully functional. It's like all the detail they put into these things. Opens up. Store stuff into it. But look at that. Look, it just, like, the amount of detail, it's insane. All the zippers function and everything. So he has this little man purse satchel thingamajig. Looks good. And then you can't be Snake Eyes without a sword, and that just looks so good. Like, it's not perfectly clean and everything. They made it weathered too, so the sword has definitely seen some use. Scabbard looks nice and smooth as well. That's about it for detail. Then this thing slides out, revealing a nice Ninjato blade. Some people like to call it a katana, but it's not. You can see a little bit of paint missing right there. And nice gold down there. I don't understand why they didn't just make this blade metal, like version 2 Storm Shadow had like 2 swords that were metal. I think the first Snake Eyes might have had a metal sword, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, it's still cool that we got this. I just would have liked to have had the metal blade, which I could technically switch the Volume 2 Storm Shadow swords for that one. Then he gets his alternate portrait. I call this one the alternate versus because the one with the goggles and timber and stuff, they're a pair. Like, that's how he was when he first was released. This guy is a really nice sculpt, got the visor. I'm not going to display him with this, and that's because I have that other one, that Kit Bash one I got through a trade or a deal. Really cool looking, but I'm going to, use the other one I already have. So this is just going to go back in the box. And we're not done with accessories. Since we, get the sword, we do get a knife as well. Totally out of focus, but we get this really nice boot knife, painted nicely, sculpted nicely, all the little attentions to detail, looking great. And that actually just goes into his boot knife. He has a sheath on his boot. And then we get 2 frag grenades. Look amazing. Just beautiful, beautiful work. So we get those. And you can't have some frag grenades without some flashbangs. And again, they have the little detail of weathering. Looks like metal pins. And they just look fantastic. They look so good. I'm dropping them all over the place. So he just comes with so many accessories, and it's like, I just don't know where to really start. So let me see here. So he does come with a, looks like a 9mm. Attention to detail is just insane. Even the screws on the handguard are like painted, and then what's cool, slide it back. You can actually see the bullet in there because get the magazine with the bullet, and it lined up perfectly because as you can see, it goes straight through. So I think that's a really cool thing, is like the fact that this all lines up perfectly to where you pull the slide back and you can see the bullet. I think that's great. Get an extra magazine for the pistol. So I'm just going to sort of like lay out everything as we talk about it, just so you can get an idea of, once I'm all through all of it, the weaponry that this guy just comes with. Put the sword over here. So already off to a pretty good start when it comes to weapons. And then can't be a commando without having a machine gun, assault rifle, whatever you want to call it. It can't tell. I'm trying to figure out what gun this is off the top of my head. I wanted to say it's like a, yeah, I'm not too sure. Comment down below if you know exactly what gun this is, because my mind is drawing a blank while I'm doing this review, and I know after I'm done with the review, I'm going like, oh my god, I forgot. It was just something typical. But either way, it has all the sculpting details. I mean, it's the details you'd want into a gun. It has the rails and everything that you can switch stuff around on. Got like the laser optics, the barrel with the muzzle flash, or the muzzle going on there. You do have the pump, which I thought slid forward. They might. I'm just not going to try to force it. Don't want it to break, but that's for the grenades, because you get 6 of these bad boys. And just to sort of get in the gold plastic painted 3 different colors, or it's cold plastic painted with 2 colors. I don't know, but either way, it has a nice look to it. And we get 6 of these. So grab all these and sort of slide them all over there, because they roll around like crazy and can be easily lost. Back to this gun though, the stock does fold down. It's getting caught with the, there we go. But even that, I don't even know. It should fold all the way down, but I don't feel comfortable with the way this feels at the end up here, because it might break. Magazine, of course, comes out, shows the bullet and everything. Got the optics at the top, and these can all be like shifted around, like all of that. Slide around on these rails, and then probably keep it slide it off and adjust it on this side. You know, see if this slides around. Nope, it's pretty much stayed. It's all attached, but really cool that we could do that. They have these little like these hook things, and they keep falling off. I guess I didn't close them. That's probably why. But look at it. It's beautiful. Very beautiful. And then you even get, I think this was for it. I'm not mistaken. Yep. Put on the silencer, because he's Snake Eyes. He's going to be silent and deadly like a fart. So all those magazine holders at the very beginning that we were looking at, because again, we're looking at a lot of accessories. He came with 4 magazines for the big assault rifle. So fits those like a glove. But that's not all. You would think that would be all, but it's not. He does come with this little guy. Stock is pretty firm. Looks like right there it would fold, but I'm not gonna try it. It's very stiff, and it's just a little thin piece of plastic that I do not want to cause it to break. But again, they got these details to these guns perfect. Got the optics on the top, and even this part got a little bit of red. Is there like anything? Nope. Because what's crazy is when you're looking at it straight on, you can see a little bit of a gloss where the scope is. They might have painted it with just a glossy black paint. You get this meaty silencer on it. And then, of course, silencer can be removed. It's a very, very, very awesome gun. And that gun, besides having the magazine that's in it, comes with 3 additional magazines. Just, you get your money's worth when it comes to these figures. And then we get a Uzi. This one does fold down. As you can see, folds all the way. Don't worry about it breaking. Looks great. It's got like the weathering on it to really make the gun seem like it's metal. Then you can remove the silencer. Perfection. I love it. I like it. And then it has this little strap here. And again, the straps all have these little hooks that go onto them, so he can have them hanging from his strappings of his harness. And then that guy comes with 2 additional magazines, fully loaded. So more bullets, more guns. And that right there is his weaponry that he comes with. Now he does come with one more piece of weaponry, but it's not what you would classify as your typical, I guess you would say, like weaponry. And actually this thing fell off. Boom, we got Timber here, and Timber's portrait's pretty good. Paint detail's pretty nice. Glossy nose, gives him a little bit of a wet nose. And this guy is heavy. Very, very heavy. Like, I'd say easily over a pound. Definitely a hefty dog. Wolf. And like, look at the fur details are insane. Like, just the sculpt wise, the paint, the different tones. But this guy has tons of articulation. Like, his head can turn this way, it can look up and down. His leg can move out, causing him to have some weird gaps going on. This moves, and then this little part moves. It does rotate and pivot at those spots as well. Shoulders are just flat discs. You know, same type of articulation. This paw's designed, pre-positioned, not designed. But then you get the little pads on the bottom of his feet, black nails. Don't really get the pads on these feet. They're just sprayed black. You get his penis hole right there, a little bit of a nut sack. And this guy has like rotation right here, and it's sort of, you know, can get some good positioning. His leg on back here does the same thing, back forward, bends here, bends here, bends here. So a lot articulation. Even his tail. Like, look at that. So, with this guy being so big, so awesome, look at those eyes. They just peer right through you. It's like those tie-dye shirts that those kids in middle school would wear. But yeah, like he's such a great addition to this figure, like insane. So, one thing I'm going to show you is how he can stand. And he can stand, but as you can see, he's crumbling. Like if you try to just set him up, his legs just crumble underneath him. It's not how it should be at all. I wish the legs were tighter, and they're not loose by any means. It's just he's heavy, and so the legs don't really support him. You gotta like finagle with it to get him to stand. Like you see that he's like, I don't understand why they did so much weight and didn't reinforce the legs enough, you know, to get him to where you can just at least pose him up in any way. But you really have to twist these little ankle parts and, you know, get them all adjusted and shifted. You know, this is something you're going to have to do in your display case, which I'm going to have to do until he, you know, stands and supports himself. But as you can see, slowly just falls down. That's a disappointment. For that type of figure, that's a disappointment. But it's something you're going to you're not like playing with them like in a sandbox or anything. You're going to pose him up once and pretty much put him in a display case. All right, I got Snake Eyes finally all geared up after just working at it. And yeah, the piece that fell off, that was shown out earlier, that is the back of the Uzi stock. Has a little cutout right there, which I tried pushing it back in, and it just falls back out. So I got to maybe glue it in, which I'm concerned because it's a thin piece of plastic, and super glue loves to melt away plastic. So we'll see how that works. Now, here's the little pouch I put the water bottle in it. I did not attach it yet because I want to figure out where a good spot would be. But as you can see, Snake Eyes himself is fully decked out. I got the flash grenades, the frag grenades, his little man bag. We got under his arms, we have it out there. Got the magazines there for his assault rifle. And on the back, I sort of rigged up everything. I don't really know if this is officially how a lot of this is supposed to look. His sword sort of supposed to be like that. I hooked the little hooks up here to hang the guns with their silencers off his back for quick access. Don't really know if those are really where they hook to. So if anybody has this guy or maybe is familiar with this military style outfit, yeah, just really just let me know if I'm putting them in the right spot. I don't think I am, but it keeps them from touching the ground, and they hang pretty nice. So really like how everything sort of fits on him. I got him holding up, you know, that gun. And what's cool too is I was messing with them, so you have to change out the hands. Let's see if I can do that. So you actually can see that they actually put the detail, really nice texture and vein and everything on his arm there. If we can focus there, you can't really see, it's a little too bright. But he has the Rashikage symbol, just like Storm Shadow, the version 2 version. They gave him those flesh arms and gave him the tattoos, and that is exactly what I have tattooed on myself, which is awesome. I love G.I. Joe, and I really like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, and I'm super stoked to have this version. And I could go through all the articulation, but I mean, if you guys haven't experienced or checked out a Sideshow or Hot Toy figure, I mean, they have crazy articulation. They have, you know, everything you'd want, really. Doesn't have any toe articulation, but I mean, it has your typical Sideshow Hot Toy articulation. I mean, look at that. and he just looks so freaking good. And the nice thing as well, as you can see, strap on this goggles are hanging low, so I just shift them up there because that's actually a rubber, like elastic strap. So that's oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And he'll even look better once, you know, I get Timber all up and posed with him, because right now he's just a crumbly mess. But I mean, it'll look pretty awesome having them side by side in my display case in my Detolfs. Thanks to you know, Tony for forcing me to go and get more, because I'm just running out of space. And I still think I need like 3 or 4 more, if not more beyond that. But that sums up my unboxing and review of the Sideshow Collectibles G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, and Timber. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I want you guys to check out both those Toyco Facebook groups. One's for the community, interact with fellow collectors, talk about figures, ask questions, show off your figures. You know, the typical stuff a community Facebook group would do. And you also have the pre-order group where you get dibs on some amazing pricing for pre-orders for things that are coming out. And it also just is a way of you knowing, hey, this is coming out and I can get it at a cheaper rate when I pre-order it. But when you do pre-order, all I say is pre-order with the intent to complete the pre-order. I don't want you guys to pre-order and be like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And then when it comes to pay, yeah, you can't just pre-order stuff and not pay. That's frowned upon. You know, that hurts the business, and I don't want you know, anybody to be hurting Toyco. So I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.